What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Javante. I'm coming back at y'all with another video. Today, I had a very important announcement today. Hold on. I have a very important announcement today. I'm announcing today, July 9th, 2026. I'm going to fully commit myself to 365 days of retention. Now, no, I did not release or nothing like that. I'm actually on day, 22? Yesterday was Wednesday, so that was 3 weeks. So 22-ish days, 22, 21, 23, somewhere in there. But during my last couple streaks, I wasn't really like fully committed to semen retention. I'll admit it to you guys. I wasn't fully committed to semen retention. I did have the 90-day goal, but even within that, I wasn't committed. I mean, I was committed. I did do 30 days. I did 111, as you guys know, but I wasn't fully committed to it. I should have really did a year. I should have did 6 months at least. But even then, I was still just thinking like, I still want a girl. That's really what it is. Like, I'm still thinking I want a girl. I want a girl in my life. I want a girl to come make me feel better. You know, just being honest. A lot of men, that's how we feel in reality. We want a woman to come make us feel better. We want a woman to come save us. And that's not happening, bro. Especially, it's never happening in general, and especially now it's not gonna happen. No one's coming to save you. We are in one of the most individualistic, let me say that again, individualistic eras in history. Like, we're not a generation that comes together, you know. So you're gonna need to figure this thing out on your own. And if you're on semen retention, you are already ahead of the game, sir, mister. You are already ahead of the game just by being on semen retention. Because semen retention is just going to give you that extra fire you need to put you above your competitors when you're out here in this brutal game of life. And I'm just realizing I didn't even write no, because you usually have my notes over here. I didn't even write no notes for this. So this is going to be a little bit off the dome. But I'm going 365 days, balls to the walls. But let me talk about before I get into my plans and all that and how I plan to commit to this, let's talk about how I started semen retention in the first place. And I'll probably make another video about this. I'm gonna say I made another video about this, but as I'm doing these videos, I'm getting better and better at just speaking and telling stories and being more concise and precise with my words. And that's just, I'm gonna just keep updating stories. And because my old videos, I'm not gonna lie, I was talking mad fast, rushing through things, and now I'm a lot more calm. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing now. So it's good to just update things, refresh things, talk about it more clearly. But the reason I started semen retention was because I was sick and tired of feeling the way I was feeling. And I truly believed in my heart that I have gifts in me that I'm not taking seriously. And I thought about, and I had these downloads back in like December 2024, basically end of 2024, beginning of 2025. And it wasn't even on no like New Year's resolution thing. It was just on, it was at that moment I wanted to get my life better. And I was tired of feeling the way that I was feeling. And I didn't even know about semen retention. Well, I kind of did, because I used to watch Illuminati, and I watched his Spiritual Soul channel. So I kind of had an idea what semen retention was, but really my thing was like, I'm just done watching porn. That's really what I was like, I'm done watching porn. I'm done being my meat. I'm done with that. I'm getting that out of my way. So really I was on NoFap at first, you know? So I was on NoFap And I remember going 3 days the first time I ever tried. I went 3 days and I released. And then I went back and I started watching. I was like, and I felt bad. I had that post-nut clarity. I was like, I was not supposed to be doing this, you know? Like, fuck, I'm not supposed to be releasing or beating my meat right now. Like, what am I doing? I was beating myself up about it. So I went and watched Spiritual Soul. I watched a couple of his videos on it, and then that's when I really started to, because I hadn't watched his videos in a while. So that, and by this time I started understanding energies and vibration and Kundalini energy and stuff like that. So he started talking about unlocking your chakras through semen retention, and it's not possible to level up if you're not going on semen retention. And that's when I was like, okay, this is something here. So I started doing more research, and then I found Dante Young. Now, if you're on this journey and you don't watch Dante Young, you're missing out, because he's the best YouTuber, or retention YouTuber to me. But I started watching his videos, and I went on a full binge of his. Like, I was watching his videos every day when I woke up, when I went to sleep. I probably watched every single one of his videos, no lie, no cap. And that's when I started committing to myself. So I released 3 days, and then after that, I went on a streak of like 40 days, off the rip, 40 days. And that was a very big streak for me. You know, that was when I first started the foundations of getting a clear mind, getting a clear lifestyle, just cleaning my lifestyle up. You know, that's when I started going to the gym. I got a gym membership at that time. I started cooking for myself at this time. I started drinking lemon water and drinking more water in general at this time. Eating fruits, eating vegetables, making smoothies when I woke up instead of eating cereal or waffles straight off the wake up. Started making smoothies and stuff like that. And that first streak was really where I learned a lot of things about myself too. I really, like, if you guys don't know, I lost my mother when I was like 10, 9 or 10. I want to say 10 going on 11. I'm forgetting. I know, I usually know, but I'm forgetting on this video, but I was like 10 or 11. And I thought I was over it, you know? I thought I already cried all the tears that I need to cry over that. And I got back on this journey and I started reminiscing about her again, you know? Started reminiscing about her. And I went through a lot more stuff in my life, so I started going through all those emotions again, and everything that I tried to build down, because remember, I'm still young. I'm 22. My life, I moved out at 19. And I promise you, all the way up until, from the day I was born, all the way up until 18, which is hectic, you know? It was always something going on in my life. And during this streak, I realized, even now, even my last streak of 111 days, I just had to realize, like, how much stuff I really pressed down and just ignored. How much stuff I really, because I used to be, if you remember before I started doing retention, I was a very quiet person. I was so laid back. I was closed off. I was guarded. And I'm realizing that the reason I was like that was because of all the things I went through, you know? And the more I started working through that, the more I started to revert that. You know, I started making more jokes out in public. I started speaking up more in public. I started greeting more strangers in public. I started complimenting people out on the streets, you know? And these are things that I used to, maybe not all those things, but I used to be I'm a Leo, you know? So I used to be a center of attention person. So I lost that in my upbringing, and going on retention just brought that back. And you know, I had a couple releases. You know, this is a journey, you know. So after that 40 something days, I ended up, it might have been 50 something days, but I ended up releasing at some point. And you know, after that first streak, it was very hard to get back on the journey. You know, I did a couple, maybe like 1 30-day streak, but yeah, it was just 1 2 week streaks for me after that. And I never gave up though. I never gave up on this journey. And eventually I got back on it, and I started this YouTube channel at some point during that 111-day streak, and now I'm committing myself to 365 days. And now, since I'm fully, not even fully healed, because you can never fully be healed, you know. I probably need to speak to a therapist, probably need to speak to a psychiatrist, just to get more, because it's very important. And you have to fix yourself, man, especially as men, bro. We've been damaged, bro. We've been damaged by society. Society damaged us, bro. A lot of us were not set up for success. A lot of us weren't even meant to survive. Let me put it like that. A lot of us weren't even meant to survive. A lot of us were meant to die young, and we didn't. We're still here. God got us still here for a reason. So I'm committing myself to 365 days just because of that alone. And this time I'm focused on taking over the world. You know, I'm focusing this energy on taking over the world and doing everything I need to do to make a good life for my family, my kids, you know, for when I want to get back. And I'm not going to stop dating, you know. Obviously, for these 365 days, I'm not going to be dating. I'm not going to be involving myself with women too much. But even on my journey of becoming a highly valuable person, I'm going to be dating, but I'm not going to be taking any woman too seriously, you know. If you're on a journey of becoming like me, if you're on a journey of becoming like really, really rich, and I mean really highly valuable, man, somebody that has options to choose anyone, literally anyone, the worst mistake you can do is get into a committed relationship, a very seriously committed relationship, and even worse, get them pregnant, you know. Those are the worst things you could do when you're building this life up. And if you're a woman watching this, I'm not saying it's your fault, you know. I'm just saying it takes a lot of energy to involve yourself with a woman, bro. And it's better to just use this energy to build your life up and be able to get back in there when you have the upper hand, you know. And that's all I got for you guys today. I just wanted to check in with you guys, or not even check in, tell you guys what my plans are. And if you're watching this, you go ahead, you lock in for 365 days. I'm already a little bit ahead of the journey, but if you released in the last couple hours, maybe the last couple days, you commit yourself to, it's July 9th? Let's do it. Peace, love, and harmony to everyone watching. Subscribe, like, comment, all that. I'll catch y'all with another one. Peace out.